We're in Hyderabad then for round 10 of season 16. UK ball on pole from Revo and Inet Badminton. Then it's Leo, David Camino, Milrez, and then Yuki Suo. August Regazzoni starts 8th, then it's Dav Sanchez, Lawless Clerk, Vashi Chantan, Sebastian Ocampo, Michael Nokivov, iWorld, the reigning Drivers' Champion in Akari, Anok Huey, Daniel Bogdasarov, Marcus Nelson, T. Gabo, Santino Milan, his teammate P. Sierra, and Tommy. Well then, he's won 4 races in a row. If he wins this race, Revo will hold a new record. All 5 lights go on. And the Hyderabad Prix is green. And that's a pretty even start from the front 2 men. Revo starting on the hard tyres. Of course, he's not going to have the better second start. Then, August Regazzoni up into 5th, but with a 5-second time penalty. Leo up to 3rd, but the top 2 stay as they were. Revo from Leo, it's UK ball from Revo from Inet Babness now, who's getting past the Aurelio Pinnacle number 30 car. And Marcus Nelson involved in a little bit of trouble there. He's been given a 5-second time penalty. He went into the wall. Looks like they just went too many cars going through the same part of the track. Someone had to just hit the wall there, and sadly for the season 9 champion, it had to be him. So it is going to be lap 1 on 18. UK ball from Revo from Leo, but he's ready to pounce here. He's gonna have the inside line coming through the final turn. Virtual safety car. T. Gabo retires from the E-Prix. And that's very early to retire from a race. Lap 2 of 18 then. And UK ball leading the way. Revo saved by the VSC there. He was about to be passed by the superior Aurelio Pinnacle car there, because they do have soft tires on that Aurelio Pinnacle. You can see on the Hyperdrive Racing cars the actual screws and parts that make up the car now. You can see the components. On all the cars you can see some chassis effects now. It wasn't the best start for Sebastian Ocampo. He qualified pretty poorly. 15th there. He qualified in 12th, and he's currently running in 15th. Not the best start for the season 14 champion. Leo, track limits warning. That's his first one. He gets 4 of those, and that's the penalty. Akari, his teammate, setting a fastest second sector of anyone. But here comes Leo to try and take second away. August Regazzoni fast lap now goes to Dav Sanchez. Inside line for Leo. Second place for Leo for the number 30 Pinnacle car. And Revo drops down to 4th. Sadly, the man who could have broken a record here today of most consecutive wins in the FEMC, he's not currently on track to do that. Inet Babness currently in 14th position. He's currently ready to try and get past as Leo to retake P2 for at least one of the Hyperdrive cars. Unfortunate for Ocampo. You can see his dissatisfaction with this currently. But we look to Leo then. He's currently up in 2nd. And Revo, he could still win his 4th race. I think, of course, Ocampo being told of the kind of times that UK ball is putting in. Here comes Babness. UK ball setting a 59-second lap time. Same with Leo. I think Tommy, he has been setting some pretty good sectors. And Babness has gotten himself up into 3rd position. Tommy, a 58.966. Brilliant lap time there from him as Revo drops down to 5th position. David Camino, Braun GP, look absolutely rapid here today. Marcus Nelson at 58.8 as Camino to P2. He got past Inet Babness. It's a Braun GP 1-2 here in Hyderabad at India. Brilliant stuff from the British Braun team, who of course have backing from manufacturing Jaguar. Here comes iWorld on and off Huey. He's going to have the inside line. barreling down towards its 4th and 3rd to last turns in the inside, and it's 13th for an RQE. So now, the Hong Kong number 25 car there, and trying to gain some time back on iWorld, who's re-overtaken him, unfortunately. David Camno is right behind his own teammate then, and there goes Revo trying to hold on to 5th position. This is not the start that Hyperdrive would have wanted to have. However, I firmly believe they're trying to claw it back on strategy, because there is no way they're going to put Revo on hard tires and genuinely keep his strategy. So, UK ball from Camino from Babinas, the top 3. Camino, he's got attack mode, he's closing in on his teammate. I'm pretty sure they're being told to hold station here. No, they're not. Camino looks racy, coming through the final 2 turns, and he's dropped off the back of UK ball. This could be UK ball's first win of the season as he peels into the pits. Following him in, that's Leo and Babinas, as well with August Tomegazoni and other drivers further down the order. We're a third of the way through the Prix. So it's Camino from Revo and Milrez, the top 3 currently. We've lost from the Prix T Gabo on the first lap for Renault version racing. Marcus Nelson, he's got a puncture! And the number 13 App Sports Selena's day goes from bad to worse to absolutely awful. Can't believe it. And he's got to be gutted. He's going to be a lap down, almost certainly. But here comes Revo. He's got a lot less worn tyres than Camino ahead of him. And oh, another virtual safety car. Tommy out of the Prix. Oh, there he is. He's taken me. That's Santino Milan also out of the Prix. With him, that is the Nissan on the wall. Awful crash there. Camino and Sanchez take this opportunity, as well as iWorld and Marcus Nelson, all coming into the pits under this virtual safety car to get a half-off pit stop. What the hard tyre runners are trying to do in Revo, Suo and Sierra currently, what they're trying to do is skip this first pit stop. They're going to try and go to lap 12. If they can do it, they have skipped a pit stop and they have maintained track position. But of course, they're going to go onto soft tyres, which you can see only one man is currently on, and that's Daf Sanchez. And that's not even because he started on it, that's because he's pitted onto them. He started on the mediums. Camino has come out of the pits, and he's 8 seconds off the lead. In other words, this strategy for Revo, Suo, and into the wall, that's Yuki Suo. Suo facing backwards. And he spun David Camino as well. Camino in the barriers. Suo taking out Sierra. So neither Nissan car will finish today. I don't know what the problem is. The Yuki Suo, there must be one, or else that spin was just completely unnatural. Milrez coming into the pit, swapping onto some soft tires. Another virtual safety car is out there. And David Camino, well, he was involved in that. He lost out to Daf Sanchez. There is Milrez benefiting from that VSC quite a lot. Suo has come in to change his front wing. It's an earlier stop than he would have expected. And that means there's only one hard tyre car out there still, and that is Revo. So this man in Revo, he's got no comparative data to go off of. There are no other hard tyre runners still in this race. They've either already pitted due to damage, or they have been taken out. So for Revo right now, he's got to try and keep that gap to around 10 seconds. So he can come in on lap 12, which is in 4 laps time. He needs to keep racing on those hards for 4 laps more, or else face a potential tyre offset. He's made it to half race distance, which is very good. P. Sierra stopped by to say hello to some of the guys. is down at his pit crew. But Milrez, he's already clawed back 3 seconds. We're at half race distance here in Hyderabad in India. As Milrez, while yes, he is trying to close in on Revo, he's also, not only does he have the aid of his own teammate, he's also trying to do his absolute best to close in and defend from Daf Sanchez as well. Don't count out Daf Sanchez in the 72, because he can throw up a curveball, and he often has earlier on in his career. We could still see one of those classic Daf Sanchez's appearances is to the top of the rostrum. 8 laps to go here in Hyderabad. Revo really making those hard tires work as much as they can. However, 6, there goes Sanchez to P2. That is a net race lead as long as Revo doesn't really have to pit again. Where is Ocampo? He's 12th now. Milrez saying it down the inside. Revo is still yet to pit, Seb. So don't worry if you are still worried about him potentially breaking BS's record. However, Sanchez, he's really just trying to hold on as much as possible. Regazzoni surprised with the P7. Clouds are darkening here in Hyderabad. There is a chance of rain, as there often is in this part of the world. Almost the barriers for Daf Sanchez there. Could have been absolutely tragic. He's going to start lap 11, and he's still out there on hard tires. Marcus Nelson unlaps himself to his longtime friend. In the 2.5 seconds, there are very dark clouds covering this part of India right now. There's a chance of rain. Revo is fighting with Marcus Nelson. He needs the clean air because Milrez is right on his tail. This could work out for Hyperdrive Racing as long as it rains come the end of this lap and everyone peels into the pits. If it doesn't start to rain, then Revo is going to lose out on a chance of winning his 5th race in a row. Milrez is within attack mode distance. He's in striking range, but so is Revo. He's going to come through the spot of the track. He's got Milrez now right on his tail alongside the other absolute loudest sport car. There are floodlights on. Milrez goes side by side into the lead. Goes Milrez as into the pits comes everyone. It just didn't work for Revo. Intermediate tires going on to the Hyperdrive 7. And they've had to hold him for just half a second there. Are they holding Milrez? Because if they do, yes they are. They've had to let Camino go by. Luckily, they haven't let Revo go by. Sanchez is not going to be ahead of these guys. It is going to be a fight between Milrez and Revo. Revo only made 1 pit stop throughout this entire race so far. We've got 6 laps to go. He was able to do 11 laps on those hard tires, but it just didn't work as well as Hyperdrive would have wanted them to. So now Revo, he's got harder conditions to make the overtake in, but he can still overtake because he's under half a second away from the Swede in the number 6. Why did I say Swiss? He's not from Switzerland. 3/10. I think Revo could try and retake the lead here. Milrez enjoying a clean circuit in front of him for the first time in a long while. But here he comes. He's the most experienced driver in our championship. He's going to try and take the high line coming through the final turn. This can work if you know what you're doing. And of course, the number 7 does. On to lap 13 we go. And Revo retakes the lead of the Hyderabad E3. Milrez is 2nd, Sanchez is 3rd, and David Camno currently 4th with the fastest lap of the E3. Iworld putting in one of his best performances of his career, currently in 5th, and Okui up to P6. Brilliant recovery drive from the number 25 from Hong Kong, his fellow countryman out of the E3. Milrez, however, still on the back of Revo. This is going to be a straightforward dogfight for the lead. This could go to the end of the race, but we still do have 5 more laps to see whether or not Bravo will stamp his name into the history books for not only being the most active driver, 16 consecutive seasons in the FEMC as Meelres did the track limits warning. Could he also, alongside that, be the most consistently successful driver ever with 5 race wins? No one else has won 5 races in a row in a single season. I think possibly Dragon Sonic could have done that over the course of 2 seasons, but over the course of a single one, it has not yet been done. Leo getting a track limits warning, 2 warnings. His teammate Akari now ahead of him. Leo started in the top 5. Akari was further down the order, but for Aurelio Pinnacle, this has gone from a great day to an awful day. Meelres with the inside line, coming through this double right-handed turn, which switches back on itself. Meelres almost got the jump on Revo there, with 4 laps left to run in this E3. Luckily, Revo still keeping his wits about him. 3rd track limits warning from Meelres. He gets another one of those, and he can wish hopes of immediately winning the race bye-bye, because then he's going to have to pull out 5 seconds, and considering the gaps that they're pulling right now, there is no way they're doing that. An QE track limits warning, we're on to 15 of 18 then, 0.2 of a second, that's the gap between the race leaders. This is going to be a closely fought battle. On board then with Meelres coming through turn number 3, as we now go through the rest of the turns in this first sector that lead into sector 2, that twist and wind through the landscape. But Meelres still, he's right there with Revo. He's leading this race. It's the number 7, but it's not a secure race lead. There are currently reports of a potential end to this rain shower, but it will not come until the end of the E3. Revo asking who the second man, who's currently second in the World Drivers' Championship. It's currently David Camino, who's 4th with the fastest lap. That could still change. Well, it would have changed if his teammate was anywhere close, but he's down 11th as U-Cable, the pole sitter. Meelres, he's going to try and pull to the inside, isn't he? He's 2/10 away from the back. Not quite. Lap 16 of 18. 2 laps to go. Can he pull out? Oh, not quite. It's 1 10, 2/10 still stabilizing around that. He's right on the back of that hyperdrive Vestas powertrain there. Here comes Meelres from the 6, not quite. He does the 6. The 6 versus the 7. And that's the fight taking place for the lead. That's the fight we are focusing on. There are many other fights going down the order, like U-Cable, who's just gotten himself up into the points pink positions. But can Meelres get past Bravo? He's acting as a protective shield almost to his race win. Is the number 7. But still, 4/10. Meelres is going to have 2 more laps. Roughly 2 minutes left to go before this E3. Considering what kind of lap times are usually put in. We're on to the penultimate lap of this E3. It is still Revo from Meelres, your top 2. This has been one of the greatest battles ever fought on track. This is similar to last season, to season 14's fight between Pastor Maldonado and Sebastian Ocampo around Bucharest or Marrakesh. I can't remember which track it was. But still, that one came right down to the wire and was won by only 1/100th of a second. Sorry. But as we now barrel down into the 3rd sector, for the penultimate time we come through this 3rd sector, Meelres is the closest he's ever been. This is going to be an amazing setup to an even more amazing final lap of this E3. He's in the slipstream. There's not 2 more laps to go. There's only 1. Meelres right on the back of Revo. His teammate getting a track limits warning. And on lap 18 of 18, Meelres dives to the inside and takes the lead. Here in Hyderabad. That's amazing for him. But now all he has to do is hold on. And that's the question. Can he hold on to this race lead, considering how close it's been all race long since we've gone to wet conditions. 4 tenths, 5 tenths. Ravo is being dropped by the number 6 that is currently ahead of him. He's got nothing to fight with. Neither driver has any attack charge left. So for Ravo, this is it. He's only got a handful of turns left to try and get past his adversary. 3 tenths of a second. Can he do it? Coming through the final 2 turns. It's been a closely fought battle. A brilliant battle that could have seen Ravo take his 5th race in a row, but Milres will deny him. Milres takes Hyderabad. Ravo is 2nd, Daf Sanchez 3rd, Camino is 4th. Sanchez taking the fastest lap of 57.9. Iworld comes home with a stunning 5th on the track. It's Regazzoni 6th. Inocui is 7th. Ocampo is denied P8 by Iron Babness. This UK ball is 10th. Chiclerc 11th. Tan 12th. Bogdasarov 13th. Akari 14th, not Vikov 15th, Suo 16th, and Leo is 17th. What a finish! What a finish! It's brilliant to see records. It's almost being broken, but sadly no record will be broken today. It is Milres who takes the Hyderabad Prix from Revo and Daf Sanchez, ending Ravo's stranglehold on the top position on the rostrum that has lasted 4 rounds. Then it's David Camino, Iworld, Inocui, Ina Bamness, and Sebastian Ocampo. Then it's UK Ball and August Regazzoni, the top 10. Lawless Chiclerc is 11th, then it's Vashy Chantan, Daniel Bogdasarov, Akari, Michael Nokovov, and Yuki Suo, with Leo and Marcus Nelson rounding out the finishers. Your non-finishers were Picioro, Santino Milan, and Tommy and T. Gabo. In the driver's standings, Ravo leads the way on 148 points from David Camino and Milres. Then it's UK Ball, Yuki Suo, Sebastian Ocampo tied with former teammate Daniel Bogdasarov. August Regazzoni is 8th, then it's Akari in 9th with a tie for 10th between Marcus Nelson and Santino Milan. Tommy is 12th, then it's Michael Nokovov tied with Lawless Chiclerc. Then it's Daf Sanchez, Leo, and P. Sierra. And Babness is currently 18th, then it's Inocui, Iworld, T. Gabo, and Vashy Chantan, who is still yet to score. In the constructors' standings, heading into the next round of the championship, Hyperdrive Racing lead the way on 173 points from Born Honda GP on 144 points and App Sports Lena on 122. Then it's Toyota Gazoo Racing on 108 points, MS Amlin and Andretti on 89 points, Aurelio Pinnacle on 86, Next EV Formula E team on 83, Nissan Nismo on 80, Virgin Renault on 63, Mercedes Formula E team on 51, and Mahindra on 18. We'll see you guys next time then when the Formula E Monopoly Championship returns.